sandwich, you know, that smell. And I was proven wrong because it was so delicious. Victor's chicken sandwich was bomb as well, so I was already feeling 10 times better. And I said, okay, you know what we're gonna do before we go home and get started with work and everything? Let me go pick up a good summer book. I've been seeing it all over my TikTok. There's this romance book, summer themed book that wears whiskers, so that is the reason why they're short. I didn't know that the other cat was chewing his whiskers off until I literally saw him, but for the longest time we thought that it was because he kept rubbing his face on every edge he could find around the house. So anyways, he's fine. The vet did check him out and he's totally fine. It's just obviously that they don't look as cute as when they grow out, but here he is wanting my attention. Jimmy is such a sweet cat. He is my dream cat. Like, I always dreamt of having a cat that was super cuddly. I'm just so blessed to have him in my life. He really does make my days so much better. But I just thought that it was so funny because he always seems to know when I'm filming, and he shows up, tries to have his moment in the vlog. Say hi to you girlies. So here easier to walk. So if you love dogs, you can really come out here and pet everyone's dogs because everybody's so friendly. It's such a busy park, so I always see people just hanging out and letting their dogs play with each other. It's the cutest thing ever. But here is the mini library. There was only one book that was left, so I'm actually very glad that I remembered to bring my books so that the little library wouldn't be empty. Funny part is that with each lab there was one book missing from the ones that I brought, and by lab 4, which was maybe under an hour, all of the books that I donated were gone. So yay, they all have a new home, and I hope that the people that ended up picking them up enjoy them. They are not my cup of tea, but I know they're someone else's cup of tea, so that is why I donated them. But yeah, like I was saying, this park brings so much peace in my heart. There's something about it. I feel motivated when I come here. I feel motivated to be healthy, to be active, and it's just really good energy in here. So I hope that you enjoy these clips. Look at this mama